Good morning, friends. Today's topic is matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication. So, we have. I will take a matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the first matrix, and I will take another matrix. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we want to perform this matrix multiplication. Okay, this is a two-dimensional matrix. So I want to perform the matrix multiplication. How we will perform matrix multiplication? So first of all, we have to understand the concept. So the thing is that, first of all, in multiplication, each row will be multiplied with each column. That means 1 will be multiplied with 2, 1 will be multiplied by 2, and then each that 1 will be again 2, this 2 will be multiplied with 4. Okay, 2 will be multiplied with 4. It is like that. The row will be multiplied with the column. Okay, 1 will be multiplied by 2 and 2 will be multiplied by 4. Similarly, 1 will be multiplied with 3, 1 will be multiplied with 3, and 1 will be multiplied with the first row will be multiplied with the second column. 1 will be multiplied with 3. It will be added with 5. That is 2. This 2 will be multiplied with 5. Okay. After that, we will take the second row. Second row will be multiplied with again the first column. The 3 will be multiplied with 2, 3 will be multiplied with 2, and it will be added. 3 will be multiplied, 4 will be multiplied with 4. So 4 will be multiplied with 4. 4 will be multiplied with this 4. Okay. Again, what happens is that the 3 will be multiplied with 3. 3 will be multiplied with 3. And this result will be added with 4 will be multiplied with the 5. Okay, so this is a multiplication scenario that we do in matrix multiplication. So what we can understand from this is that the row count of the first matrix should be equal to the column count. Row is multiplied with the column, then only multiplication is possible. So after reading the input, we have to check this, whether the row count of the first matrix should be equal to the column count. Similarly, the column count should be equal to the row count. It is going like that, because this row will be multiplied with the column. Each it is like that. So this is a basic condition of multiplication. So we have to check whether the row count of the matrix is equal to the column count, or the row count of either row count of first matrix should be equal to the column count of second matrix, and the column count of first matrix should be equal to the row count of second matrix. So this is a condition. Okay, so this is the first thing. We'll see the code. Okay, first of all, I have to enter the row and column of the first matrix. So I will read the number of rows and columns of the first matrix. So we will read the row count. Row will be read as row 1, and this is column 1. So I will read that value and of row 1 and of column 1. So after reading the rows and columns, I will create a matrix, a row 1, a column 1. Similarly, I will read the input. So row is being read, matrix is being created. Now I just want to add elements into the matrix. So it's a row wise column operation. So if we take this example, so we have a 2 by 2 matrix. So I will enter the row count as 2 and column count as 1, 2. So I will create a 2 by 2 matrix. So that means I have the entries. So I have to enter the values. So where I will enter the values, that's another thing. So in a 2 by 2 matrix, the location will be A of 0, 0. If 0, 0 is the first location, I have to enter. Then A of 0, A of 0, 1 is the second location. Okay, then A of 1, 0 and A of 1, 1. So this is the location I had to enter. So when we see this code, what we can understand is that this 0 value has been kept constant and it is this column is being modified here. If we take a large matrix, this will, again the column 0, 2. You go like that. A of 0, 3. So what is the thing is that this row count is been kept constant and the column count is been incremented. The same pattern is going here also. Here the row count is kept 1 and the column count is being incremented. So we need a loop like that. Okay. So what we will do is we will write a for loop. First of a for loop will be written. This for loop is for row. Okay. I equal to 0, I is less than row 1, I plus plus. This is the loop for row. Now our point is that where to write the column, whether row and column, whether this inside this loop or outside this loop. Because our pattern is that 0 will be kept constant, first row will be kept constant and the column should be changed. That means it should be written inside. The column loop should write inside. So if I write like this, what happens is that I value will be 0, is less than 2 currently, then it will be kept constant and j will be set at. J will be 0 and j will go up to the column. Okay, now what happens is that I and j values are 0, 0. So it will read that. After this, only after completing this j loop, it will go back to the ith loop. So it will come here. J will be incremented. J will become 1. So it will again come here 0, 1. That's the location that we want, 0, 1. So we can insert there 0, 1. Okay, 0, 1 will be inserted. After that again it will come. It will increment by again 1. So it become 2. Then it will come 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4 up to that. Up to the column limit it will go. Okay. After that, this for loop will be braked. For loop will be braked and it will go to the outer loop. So again I will be incremented by 1. So I will be incremented. It will check whether it is less than row 1. It's surely less than row 1. Again it will start this loop. That means they will be again set as 0 and it will go up to the column. So now the value will be 1, 0. Okay, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. So our objective has been achieved by writing like this. That's why actually we are writing like this. A loop within a loop. Okay, so this first loop is for row and second loop is for the column. So like that we will insert the elements in the matrix. So this is our matrix. So we have taken a 2 by 2 matrix. So I have read the elements now. Now I will go to the second matrix. I will read the row and column of the second matrix. And I will read the row and column. And now for this example we have taken again 2 by 2. So we will create a 2 matrix of size 2 by 2. I will insert the elements. Similarly the same process will be done. So elements is being read out. So elements is completely read. D of ij is being read. So as I told you before, before multiplication, we have to check the condition whether the row count of the first matrix is equal to the column count of the second matrix, and or column count of the first matrix should be equal to the row count of the second matrix. So that's I'm going to check now. So I'm checking if row 2 is not equal to row 1. If it is that is not equal, row 2 is equal to, or the opposites same, or we can write the both. Okay, we can write that also. That also we can write. Or row 1 is not equal to column 2. If this condition has been holding, that means multiplication is not possible. It should be equal. Okay, so multiplication is not possible. I will end there. Otherwise, we have to perform the multiplication. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a matrix. So the matrix result. Okay. So I am going to create a matrix, new dimensional matrix C, where I am going to restore the result. So its limit will be row 1, column 2, because multiplication will be like that. Row 1, each row will be multiplied with the column. Okay, row 1 should be equal to column 2. So I am going to create a new matrix C, size row 1 and column 2. That's the resultant matrix. Resultant matrix will be have the size of the first row as first matrix as a row 1, and second matrix column. So so this is a new matrix. First thing what I'm going to do is I'm just putting all the values in that matrix as 0. Okay, I just go through the loop, row, column 2. It's very important. The result will be stored like this, because we are multiplying like that. Okay, row 1, column 2 is that. So I am going to put all the values of that matrix as 0. So now we got a new two-dimensional matrix. Here this is the first two-dimensional matrices, and we'll have another two-dimensional matrix with values all zeros. In this case, both values are 2, 2. So okay, 0, 0, 0, 0. So I have set it like that. Now what we have to do? Okay, we have to perform the multiplication. So we can check that again. So I want to perform the multiplication. How the multiplication is being done? We will check that. Okay, first a of 0, 0. A of 0, 0 is being multiplied with b of 0, b of 0, 0. Okay, a of 0, 0 is being multiplied with b of 0, 0. Then what happens? That will be added with a of 0, 1 is being multiplied with b of 1, 0. Okay, if the size is more, the concept will be same. What we have to do? We have to add it again. A of 0, 2 will be multiplied with b of 2, 0. So this is the pattern we are going to perform. This is the multiplication of the first. If you want to get the first element, we have to do this operation. Okay, so what's the pattern here? We have to identify something from this. Okay, we will identify that later. Okay, I will take the two-dimensional array itself. So we have a of 0, 0, b of 0, 0 plus a of 0, 1 plus b of 1, 0. That much we have. We have only two elements here. Okay. Next, what we have to do? Then a of 0, 0 will be multiplied with, okay, B of A of 0 0, this 1 is multiplied by 2, 2 is multiplied by 4. Now A of 0 0, again A of 0 should be multiplied with this position. This position is 0 1. 0 1, 0 1, and this is the position. Okay, 0, this is 0 1 now. 0 1, 0 1, 0 1 plus A of 0 1. 0 1 should be multiplied with B of 1 1. B of 1 1. So that A of 0 0 should be multiplied with B of 0 0, 0 1, and A of 0 1 should be multiplied with B of 1 1. That's the right. Okay. Again, we will consider the third one. So where, what we have to do? A of, now it's in the second row, 1 0. 1 0 to be multiplied with this 3 should be multiplied with this 2. B of 0 0. B of 0 0. B of 0 0 should be multiplied with that. Then A of what happens? This one 3. This location is 1 1. 1 1 will be multiplied with, okay, B of this location. B of this one is 1 0. 1 0. So 1 0. So we have to multiply it with 1 0. Okay. So that's the pattern. So we will take the last question. So what happens is A of this value, A of 1 0. A of 1 0 will be multiplied with B of this value. This is 0 1. 0 1. 0 1, and that will be added with A of 1 0, not 1 1 now. 1 1 will be multiplied with B of this value, this one. So this value is 1. So that's the pattern of multiplication. So we have to identify some pattern from this group. We have to identify a pattern from this group. So what's the pattern? So this is this value, this value, the first entry. It's 0 here, it's 0 here, it's 0 here. Finally, it is not the first, this one. This first A value. A value is 0 here, A value is 0 here. Okay, we will take only the A value. So A value is 0, A value is 0, A value is 0. Throughout the program, the A value is 0. Okay. What about this one? It's 1. Throughout the program, its A value is 1. A value is 1. What it means? That is a row. So that's a row value. For each row, it's constant. So next value I can write. It will be 2. So I have to write a loop controlling that. That's the main thing. So I have the value here. This value depends on the row. This A value depends on the row itself. Okay. The first entry is depending on the row. So I have to write a loop controlling that. So for that I will going to write a loop for the row. So this is the loop for controlling the loop row. So I equal to 0, I is less than row 1, I plus plus. So I have the row set at value. Now, so I have the 0 here. Now we have this value. This value is 0 now. It's 0 here. Here this value is 1. Okay. For first B value, I have taken this one. Okay. This one I have already taken. The first 0 of A. Now the last 0 of last entry of B value. So it's 0 here. It's also 0 here. Now it's this position. It's 1. It's 1. Okay. It's going from 0 to 1. We'll check here also. It's also 0, 0. It's 1, 1. So that's the pattern. So what is that? That is the column value. See, so it should, for each row, it should go from starting to the end. If we have another column, this value will be automatically B of 2. This entry only. This entry will be B of 2. Okay. I'm talking about the last entry only. So we identified this. So first we identified the row. Row is varying in this position. This value. This 0 is depending on the row. This value is actually depending on the column. And this value is ranging from, for each row value, it is been ranging. It is varying. This is 1. Next value will be 2, 3, like that. Okay, so that means I have to write something. I have to write a loop controlling the column value. So that's a second one. So I have another for loop that should be inside, because for each row it has been varying from 0 to here 0 to 1. If it is 10, it should vary. For each row it should vary up to 0 to 10. Okay, so I have to write another for loop for that. For I j equal to 0 j up to the column. So I have the 2 loops now. Now we have another term is there. This is another term. B of 0, here is 0 here. Okay, 0, 0. This value is constant. 0, 0. Okay. Now it's 1, 1. So we have another entries here. 0, 1. Here also. So it's 0, 0, 0. This one. We have already discussed the first and the last one. First is a row and the last is a column. Now what about this value? It's 0, 0 first. Okay. Now it is 1, 1 here. Okay. 0, 0 and 1. Here also what you can see, 0, 0. These two, 0, 0, 1, 1. So another value is there. It is varying from 0 to 1. Up to the column value, it has been varying. 0, 0, 1, 1. Next, it will be 0, 0, 1, 1. Again, it will vary like that. Okay. So we have to write something for this value. This value is varying like this. For each multiplication, its value is initially it will be 0. Okay. Then we will add that with another element. Okay. First we will perform the multiplication. 1 into 2 will be performed. That case its value is 0. Then we will perform the addition. If we perform the addition with some other element, so we have to perform 2 into 4. In that case it will be 1, 1. If you are again perform another column, if another column is still there and another row is also there, then that should be added. Then that will be 2, 2. Then another, if another is there, then it will be 3, 3. It will be going like that. Okay. So for each addition, so actually what we are going to do is we are going to perform these additions. We are not going to perform this together. We are going to split it out. This 1 into 2 will be performed first. In that case, it will be 0, 0. Okay. Then its result will be multiplied with 2 into 4. Okay, 2 into 4 multiplication will be done later. Here it has been multiplied and add together. But in our code, what we are going to do, we are going to perform this 1 into 2 separately. That is a of 0, 0 into b of 0, 0 will be multiplied separately. That will be added in the next, because this value he is currently 0, 0 here. First time when we are multiplying, it will be 0, 0. Next time when we are going to multiply, its value will be 1, 1. If another element is there, then it should be plus and it should be 2, 2. Okay. It will be going like that only. So this multiplication we are going to do it separately. Okay. And it should vary from 0 to the C2 value. C1 or C2 or C. Okay. C1 value. Okay. C1 value. So I am going to write another for loop here. Okay. So that will be controlling the inner square bracket. Okay, this square bracket. These square brackets will be controlled by the K loop because it is been varying separately. It's not depending on the row and column. It is been varying. And variation for each multiplication, it is 0, 0 first. Then it will be added with the, it will become 1, 1. Then if another element is there, then it will be multiplied, added. So I have to write another for loop for that. So it depends on the column. Actually, it's depending on the column itself. Okay, because we have to multiply the first element. First element will be multiplied with the second column. Okay, then second element will be multiplied with the next one. Okay, then third element. So number of multiplication depends on the number of columns in the first row. Okay, so 1 will be multiplied with 2, or we can write both. 2 also we can write, no problem. Okay, so 1 will be multiplied with 2. So it's depending on the column of the first row. It's varying. Its column is 2, so it's varying up to that. 1 will be multiplied with 2. 2 will be multiplied with 4. If another element is there, then 3 will be multiplied with that element. So like that. So this is the third loop that controls the inner thing. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we will just multiply it. So I have initially set at the all values of C of ij as 0. So now C of ij equal to C of ij plus A of ik into B of kj. Here I is the row, this loop, and this j is the column, and this is the in between value that is being going. Okay, so we will be added. So initially these values are 0. What happens is that so it's 0 now. 0 will be added with A of ik. I is currently 0, k is currently 0, so it's 0, 0 into B of k is 0, 0, and j is also 0. So A of ij will be multiplied with B of A of 0, 0 will be multiplied with B of 0, 0. So that's the thing we have to do first of all. A of 0, 0 will be multiplied with B of 0, 0. Okay. So that result will be stored in C of ij. Again, this for loop have to be ended now. Then only it will go back. So k will be incremented. K will be 1 now. So what happens is that again the current C of ij value will be multiplied again. A of 0, 1, it becomes 1. 0, 1 will be multiplied with B of 1, 0. So 1, 0 will be multiplied. So what happens now? So we will get this one. A of 0, 1 will be multiplied with B of 1, 0. So that result will be added with the C of ij. C of ij value will be to that earlier C of ij value. It will be added to that. That's the thing I am saying. So this multiplication we have written here together. This addition multiplication we have written together. But what we will do is that we will do it separately. Why we are doing it separately is because this value is been varying. This in between value is been varying. Here it's 0, 0, 0. Now it's 1, 1. Next it will be 2, 2. So we have splitted it and we have written that separately. So now the operation will be performed and we will get C of ij. C of ij value will be getted, and finally we will complete this loop and we will just print out the C of ij. So that's a matrix multiplication. The main concept is in matrix multiplication, each entry in the product matrix is the dot product of the rows in the first matrix and the column of the second. That's the concept. Okay, I think you understand the concept. Thank you.